want to welcome everybody to another episode of Politics with Q or Miss Nobody, where we talk about politics from the black perspective. And today we're doing a studio because of inclement weather outside. I can't do no car content today. So let's just bring it back to the studio. So today I just want to touch on a couple things real quick. It's not going to be a long video. I want to touch on personal safety, family safety, friend safety. We got a lot going on in this world today. We got people getting snatched up, kids getting kidnapped, violence. Like it's insane. For one, let's try to be our brother's keeper, not our brother, our sister, our cousin, our friend's keeper. Because at the end of the day, this world is becoming more and more evil. You got women and children getting snatched up all the time. You got kids being kidnapped. You got violence, it's out of control. What is it we got to do to bring some peace back to this world? I don't know. We could say church, but half the time the church members are just as corrupt as the people that's walking the street normally. So I don't know. I don't have an answer, but if somebody does, please talk to your friends, talk to your loved ones. If you know somebody that's about to go do something silly, talk to them, take the time to talk to them, try to convince them not to do it. You got a homeboy that said he finna go rob a liquor store because he needs some cash. Instead of robbing a liquor store, try to see if you get a job there. I mean, anything to keep these jails from filling up with our people. And it doesn't even matter what color you are, black, white, purple, green, yellow, orange. We got to start being our brother's keeper. We got to start being our own keeper. It takes more than just parents to teach these children to be on the straight and narrow path. You got some folks out here that's all they want to do. They don't care about living their life in prison. That's the least of their concern. They look at it as 3 hots in a cot, somewhere to lay their head at night. If they just want their freedom taken away, ain't nothing else you can do about it. But we got to start looking out for one another. You got a homegirl that says she finna go to the club and she going by herself, or if you do go with her, this for the ladies. Y'all go to the club, try to be accountable for each other. Try to look out for your girlfriend. Try to, hey, don't leave your drink there, or don't go off nowhere with this guy or whatever. If you really into somebody else, don't just dart off with them at the club. Sit there and talk with them, get their information, and just try to meet up with them later on the buddy system, something. Because the rate of kidnappings is out of control. I didn't know it was as bad as it was until I did a little research myself online. But it's bad. Mothers missing kids. You got your friends just turning up missing, and the last place you seen them was your homeboy done went off with some lady that y'all ain't never seen before. He think he finna smash and end up getting cut up and sold on the black market. It's crazy. Found this video online, and I wanted y'all to check this out.
Public service announcement. I want to talk to my queens, my young queens, and parents with kids. It is a high alert right now, a high alert. Women and kids have been missing for years. No one talks about it, but it is a high alert right now. And I got a daughter, and I got a lot of nieces and a lot of female cousins. And I'm drilling them right now. And I'm telling them to not accept anything from anybody. No paper, no business cards, no money, not even a compliment. Most likely, it's chemicals on that business card to get you drowsy for you to be taken away. Ubers, if you're catching an Uber, women, inspect the Uber before you get in it. Take a picture of the license plate. Take a picture of the driver. Always sit behind the driver. If the driver says, I want to stop at the gas station, get the hell out the Uber, because most likely he'll pull up to a van for you to be taken away. If you at the club, hanging out with your girls, keep your drink in your hand 24/7 in front of you. I don't care if you're sitting at the table, sitting at the bar. Don't sit it down at all. These people are getting crafty on how they put things into the drinks. Or don't even be at the club right now because it is a high alert. And what it will do, that drink will get you drowsy for you to be taken away. If you at Walmart, Target, or any store shopping, women, especially young women, keep your head up, stay the hell off the phone, and watch your surroundings of people. If an old lady or someone asks you to help them to their car, do not accept it, because most likely they are luring you to a van to be taken away. If there's a van or a strange car parked by your car, stay safe in the store. Call your loved ones to come get you to safety, because most likely that van is there to take you away. If you get in your car, you see a dollar bill on your windshield or even money in your car that you know you didn't put there because maybe you left your car door open, do not touch it at all. Go back in the store, call your loved ones to get you out of there, because most likely that money is there for a purpose to drug you for you to be taken away. I know it's summertime. A lot of people want to go to the islands, especially young ladies. My daughter just did it with her friends. And I'm sure a lot of parents let their daughters go when they're of age. Young ladies, don't let the locals tie no ribbon to your ankle, your wrist, your arm. Don't let them put no trinkets on you at all, because most likely they're targeting you to be taken away. Parents with your kids, keep your kids to your side at all times. When you're getting in your car, put your kids inside the car you're getting in. And always lock your doors. Before getting in the car, inspect inside of the car. Put your kids in the same side that you get in, maybe even the same door, and you get in and you lock the door immediately. Because most likely, when you put them in from the other side and you walk around to get in your door, someone will open that door and take your kids away. If you get bumped while driving your car at night, ladies, if you get bumped from behind, don't get the hell out the car. And that goes for men too. Don't get out the car at night if someone bumped your car. Call police and keep it moving, because most likely they're there to jack you out your car or women take you away. We must protect our queens, men. All the kings out there, we need to post. Let's stop posting silly shit right now. And let's protect our queens. Take a minute to protect your queens and go through some of these social media posts that's talking about women awareness and share them with your queens, because it is a high alert on children and women especially. I approve this message.
So, I seen that video online, and that just kind of confirms what I had been seeing. We got to start taking accountability for one another. We always say, hey, mind your own business. But at the end of the day, it wasn't like this back in the 50s and 60s, at least back then. There was their problems. But You had parents that still looked out for other folks' kids. Um, Neighbors that would call the police if the lights was on at their neighbor's house too long, just to do a welfare check. Nowadays, it's mind your own business. Uh, I believe in the see something, say something rule. Back in the day when I was younger, yeah, it was always the no snitching policy, but we got to put that to the side because there's just way too much going on now. Way too much. You got folks, kids out here who's in the street, kid, child gets shot, killed, left in the bushes, and nobody's able to find this child for days or months or maybe even years. And this, they just finding the remains years later. By then the killer's long gone or whatever. So we got to start being a little more accountable for ourselves. Excuse me, and that's myself included. Another thing I want to touch on, the violence. It's getting to a point I don't like looking at the news because I get tired of hearing about the violence. But what I seen last week on the news over in Ellenwood, Auburn Avenue area. I mean, not Ellenwood, excuse me, Edgewood, Auburn Avenue area, where they was talking about 15 people got shot, one died because a group of people decided they wanted to just walk up the street, pull out guns and just start randomly shooting. And then turn around, as they say on the news, walked up the street a little bit more and did the same thing. They walked up the street third and fourth time and just unloaded on, random people that was there. What is the reason for that? So I don't know if the police caught anybody, but on the news they say they were looking for 3 men and 1 woman. That's pretty much all they had. People, we got to put the guns down. I don't think of guns as a mean of violence. They always say, guns don't create violence. It's the man with the gun that creates the violence. I believe in that. I believe in self-defense. I believe in somebody, intruder enters your home, you have the legal right to blow his ass away. I believe in that. But to just randomly take a weapon and go out and just start killing people for no reason, I can't see that. I can't fathom that in my head. I don't know. People lose their job, they want to go crazy, go postal, kill everybody. I don't understand that. I know there's not a soul out there that can give me a justifiable reason for that. But I will say this. People, please, let's put these guns down. Let's put them down, put them away. Stop wasting bullets. Because at the end of the day, we're losing lives, precious lives, valuable lives. Like it ain't nobody's business. And that doesn't make no sense to me. Me personally, my thoughts, my feelings, we got to start putting God back into this. Because when you put God in it, the devil has no room to play. There's a whole lot more issues out here that the world has to deal with. Let's not try to make that an extra issue. People, let's just love and look out for one another. And that's pretty much all I got for today. I mean, like I said, it was going to be a short, sweet, to the point video. I hope millions of viewers see this video, adhere to it, try to teach your children about gun safety, about gun violence. We need to work on that. That was something else I seen on the news. Let me touch on that real quick. I think it was about 2 weeks ago when they were talking about on the news, 2 twin boys. One found a gun and shot the other one, killed them dead. the mother was being charged because I can't say she allowed, but for lack of better words, she allowed this boy to find her pistol and was able to shoot the other child, to shoot his sibling. We got to do better. If you got a gun in your home, let's try to protect it better. Let's try to keep it way out of kids' reach. I've been hearing that saying for years since I was a child, but it's to the point now we really got to adhere to it. Like I said, I have no problems with people having guns in your home because of the world we live in. I do support that. Get a pistol, protect your home. You have every legal right to protect yourself by the Constitution. You have the right to bear arms. But with that, there comes stipulations and limitations. So we got to be able to abide by those limitations and stipulations. In the state of Georgia, you have the legal right to carry a pistol in your car without a carry license. You have the legal right to carry a pistol now without a carry license or a concealed weapons license. But your weapon just has to be known that it's there, type of stuff. There's always going to be the places that say, even though this is the law, you still can't carry no gun in here. And you got to adhere to that. But anything that we can do, sit down, talk with your family, whatever we can do to come up with an idea to try to decrease the violence. We got to get the guns out of the hands of these little young boys because they're not mentally responsible enough to carry a pistol. Yet they do, and they go out here and they kill somebody. Now their life is in the toilet when they're caught. And up until they're caught, they're out here in the streets running wild, looking over their shoulder, trying to make sure that the police ain't catching up with them. Every action has a reaction. Every judgment has some sort of consequence to it, whether it be good or bad. But the point that I'm trying to drive is, people, please, let's do better with gun safety, violence, internet chatter. People want to get on the internet and talk about one another. Next thing you know, a fight done broke out over here over just words. To me, that's silly, And like I said, don't get me wrong, I was once that young boy that was down for all of that. But now that I done gotten older, I had kids of my own, and me as a father trying to guide them from that same action. My son came to me 2 weeks ago and talked to me about how somebody was on his IG page or whatever, and we're talking about how they were going to kick his butt and they were going to do this and do that. And he came to me and was talking with me about it, and I had to tell him, hey, Junior, don't worry about that. People get online and want to talk, and that's all they want to do because they want other people to see it and think that they're tough. Don't stoop to that level, because at the end of the day, most of these folks just talk anyway. And then when they do want to get rowdy or, want to feel froggish, then you handle it accordingly that way. But the guns is not an option. Somebody want to fight, square up. That's another thing I feel like. These kids nowadays, they too scared to just square up. They scared to fight. They don't want to fight no more. They just want to shoot, get it over with, and then throw their life away in the process. So you don't took a life and threw yours away. Don't make no sense. I said, I'm not gonna keep boring you with my chatter. I just had to get that off my mind. If you got any input, you can always leave a comment. You can like, share, subscribe. I ask that you like, share, and subscribe. You can leave a comment. And email me at pwqatl@mail.com. I just want to get this message out to as many ears as possible. Please, if you know somebody that's on the edge of going to hurt somebody, talk to them, pull them to the side, talk to them, try to talk them off the edge. That's the thing about the world we live in. Oh, excuse me. Don't nobody want to talk to each other anymore. If anything, now, if John say he want to go over here and kill Larry, then you got Rashad over here egging John on. Yeah, go kill him, man. You need to get that off the block anyway. So we can't do that. We got to be more responsible. We got to get these kids to start caring about life. A lot of them say now they don't care. If they die, they feel like it's their time, not knowing that there's a whole life ahead of you. I mean, people just throwing their lives away, literally throwing their lives away. Please, the only thing I can say is please talk to these kids, talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors. You see somebody dealing with some sort of issue, just talk to them. You would be amazed how far a conversation can go. You could be that voice between life and death. You could be that ear that somebody needs to just talk into. So, Politics with Q and This Nobody to the world. I ask y'all, keep God first. Keep God first. That's first and foremost. Pray, meditate, read your Bibles, read your Qurans, read your Egyptian Bibles, whatever it is you read that's going to get you that much closer to the Lord. I ask you to read that book, read that, and adhere to it. Take what message you can from it and just go from there. So with that being said, love y'all. Be safe out here. Let's have another great week. And tune in again next week. Let's do this again. Hope to see you then. Peace.
Thank you.